Hello guys, welcome back. Today we're actually just going to be talking about how GPU mining is kind of making a comeback right now. Now I know for the most part we're not seeing these profits that we saw with Ethereum. When we actually go back to Ethereum's profitability, we can see per mega hash of US dollar per day from 1 mega hash, they were making around 0.01 cents at the lowest and at the highest, and that was in 2019. But at the highest, we were at about 12 cents per 1 mega hash, and that was really the heyday of GPU mining that we saw around 2 years ago. This is where a lot of my first videos were made back then. So we're probably not going to see that type of profitability for a while, but there is some sort of metrics that we can look at to kind of predict how and when we'll see that profitability from certain coins. Now, firstly, when looking on hashrate.no, we can see that a lot of GPUs are still profitable. Of course, the 40 series are profitable, the 30 series are mainly profitable on a lot of coins, but I also want to mention that there are a lot of coins to go around as well. So we had this problem that there wasn't as many coins when the Ethereum merge actually happened, such as, Flux, Ravencoin, and Ergo were the main ones, and they got the brunt of the hash rate. And then we've seen new coins come up which offer more profitability, like Radiant, Nexa, Dynex, Kaspa, Meowcoin, even Ironfish lately. And we can see we're having a pretty even spread of all these coins throughout different GPUs. So different GPUs kind of tend to cater towards one algorithm and one coin. This is why you're seeing such a difference between what's the most profitable and what's the most revenue on all these different GPUs. But as you can see, on 10 cents per kilowatt hour, we are seeing still profitability down towards, I'd say, around the 20 series from Nvidia, maybe 40 to 50 GPUs which are still profitable over a bunch of different coins. And if we actually click on the coins list here, and if we click on the coins list, I want to point out one of the biggest metrics that comes in with actual GPU mining profits and how much dollars you're going to get per your hash rate. And this is the daily emissions metric. As you can see here, it says on all these coins daily emissions, and this says 2,400. So the daily emissions is the amount of coins mined per day times the price of the coin. So how much money is being produced on the network per day. As you can see here, Bitcoin's producing 26 million, and I believe that Ethereum produces the same amount. If we click on our sheet here, this was made before the Ethereum merge, but it basically takes the coins issued per day and the price of the coin and then times it together to give us the current issuance. So Bitcoin has 26 million and Ethereum is currently producing 25 million. And I believe before the Ethereum merge, it was producing around 20 million. Just to give you an idea of how much issuance there were to be split between miners of ASICs, GPUs, FPGAs, and stuff like that. So that's the main metric that you should be probably looking at. As you can see, Bitcoin's profitable on a lot of ASIC miners still. It just depends on the power. But the main GPU mineable coins are ones like Dynex that we have here, that's producing 35,000. We have Ergo, which is producing around 50,000 in emissions. Then we have Ethereum Classic, but that's mainly ASICs, and same with Ethereum Power, that's mainly ASICs that have joined onto those networks because they're very unprofitable for GPU miners. We have Flux, which has actually taken a dive off. It was at 16,000. I believe before the merge, it was at around 120,000 in issuance per day. Ironfish, that's just come onto the network now. We've seen the price go down dramatically, but the issuance per day is still $137,000, even with the low price drop that, as it says here, in a week it's dropped 36%. If it was, at around $7, we would have seen an issuance of around 220,000, I believe. And then we obviously have the main one, which is Kaspa. And this is kind of our main coin that is probably going to be the one that everyone's going to flock to if it starts to shoot up in price. Let's say that it goes to 10 cents per coin. This would give us an issuance of around maybe 2 million, which is not close to Ethereum or Bitcoin yet, but it's still pretty above that, where you can have GPU mining profits spread out between ASICs and FPGAs as well. And this was one of the main things that I talked about in my previous video, was if ASICs come onto the network, then GPU miners might be kicked off these networks. And this is obviously a possibility. We could also have the same situation as Ethereum, where you have ASICs, GPUs, and FPGAs all on the network at the same time, just because there's so much issuance per day to be passed around. Kaspa would probably have to get up to probably $1 a coin to see the issuance of around 25 million, which Ethereum is on right now. Anyway, so we have Kaspa here, so that's 619,000, and it's nearly about to eclipse. And Litecoin is just a pure ASIC algorithm. So we could see Kaspa take over that in issuance per day, which would be a great thing. We obviously have Meowcoin, which is very small in terms of issuance per day, only 5,700. We have Nexa, which is 13,000. And then we have Nexa, which is 128,000. So that's a pretty large amount of issuance per day for a coin. We have a bunch more. We have Ravencoin, which is at 85,000. 74,000 for Radiant. And then the last big hitter in issuance per day is Zilliqa with 55,000. So if you put together all these issuances per day, we probably come to around maybe 1.5 million spread out for GPU miners. Now that would have been around 10% of what Ethereum was producing. So technically when we look at this US dollar per day for 1 mega hash, ours wouldn't even be registering on here. I think it'd be 0.001 US dollars per mega hash, because 2 million would be 10% split up, and Ethereum's issuance per day was 20 million, and it's 2 million now. So you can do that calculation how you divide it by 10. So that's probably what we're operating on average over all of the coins, is probably $0.001 per mega hash. Now I know mega hash is different for all of these because you can have gigahash and sols, but on average, if you converted them all into mega hash, you would have that figure. So technically we need to look for more issuance per day to be added up. As we can see here on Bitcoin, they've got 26 million. So we're looking for something around, I'd say, to get the same profits as Ethereum, you'd obviously need the same issuance per day. Now this would be around 20 million. So you'd need either Kaspa to shoot up or Dynex, Radiant, Nexa all to shoot up at the same time consecutively. Now, is this possible? Sure, but we're not probably going to see that until cryptocurrency markets actually take off further. Now, in my subscriptions, I actually just watched this video from DJ Minds talking about that, how he's basically not mining exactly for profits right now. He's just mining to stack these coins. He wasn't really talking about the issuance per day, but he was more talking about mining these coins before ASICs and FPGAs actually hit the networks. Because for the most part, we've obviously seen these Kaspa ASICs come in. Kaspa is a massive coin. It has a lot of issuance per day. So people are going to want to make ASICs for this because it is profitable to sell them. Then FPGAs are probably going to come onto the Ironfish network soon. I'm sure that they'll come out with a lot of FPGAs for that. Same with Nexa, same with Radiant. I know Radiant already has the potential for FPGAs and ASICs. That's already in the code and they've already said about it on their website openly. So we'll probably see FPGAs. So I'd potentially tell you to mine a lot of these coins that aren't seeing FPGAs yet, just because you're going to stack a load more coins before these FPGAs and ASICs get on the network and their difficulty shoots up and you basically can't mine anymore. You could also go for coins like Ravencoin and Flux, which are ASIC resistant. But I think for the future of cryptocurrency mining, it's definitely going to be a GPU to FPGA to ASIC migration. I feel like that progression is going to be the standard right now. Kaspa has already seen great success with it, and I think Nexa, Dynex, and Radiant are going to follow. I don't know how they would do it for Dynex right now, just because I don't actually know how that architecture works in terms of turning an FPGA into a neuromorphic chip. I should ask around in the Discord. Maybe I can get a hold of one of the Dynex developers and try get an answer from them about FPGAs or ASICs on the network. And then my last coin that I've been mining actually lately I'm buying is Clawcoin. Hasn't really seen much price movement. It's actually dipped off since I actually started mining it, which is good because I'm technically mining more of it. But the issuance per day is very small right now. It only came out, I believe, around maybe 3 months ago. So that would be one of my choices if you guys were looking for a coin to speculatively mine. I'd go for Clawcoin right now. Anyway, that's it for the video, guys. If you have any thoughts on this issuance per day theory, it's kind of solid that we need more issuance per day for more GPU miners to gain profits and the profits to be higher. And lastly, I just want to mention that I've got a Patreon. You guys can sign up here. As you can see, the memberships here. We do one-on-one crypto mining help, tracking my portfolio, early video access, mining updates, so what I'm mining at this time. So that's basically when my portfolio moves, I'm just going to put them in there. everything that I buy, everything that I sell, community discussion, so you can ask any questions, and then general support. I'm going to be adding more as time goes on, so you can sign up for this, the link in the description, if you want to support the channel. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more content like this.